Hi everyone, I'm Sapphire and today I'm going to be sharing with you my 5 key takeaways from Marty Friedman's performance clinic that was held in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia on September 29, and that was slightly less than a month ago. So for those of you who don't know, Marty Friedman is a guitarist, specifically an electric guitarist, a metal guitarist, and this event was organized by Guitar.com in partnership with Sweetie and Jackson Guitars. So for those of you who play guitar, you probably know that Marty Friedman has been a lead guitarist for the heavy metal band Megadeth. I personally don't listen much to metal music nowadays, but Marty is an amazing guitarist. And do check him out on Spotify. Like, I listen to his songs on Spotify and they are superb and divine. And Marty also played with Jason Becker in Cacophony. So let's get into my 5 key takeaways. So the first one is to work 5 times harder. We in the audience had the opportunity to ask any questions we want during the clinic, and so I asked my question. I gave him a background of me trying to build a set list and repertoire. So I mentioned that I was spending around 3 days learning a song from scratch by ear, and the 4th day I would record it in order for it to serve as a reference for myself. And then after the 4 days, I would move on to learning another song from scratch. And then after that 4 days, I would move on to the 3rd song and learn it from scratch again. And so after doing that, when I tried to return to, let's say, the 1st song, I had big problems trying to play it because the songs are really complicated. They had so many sections, maybe multiple solos in the song, and I was trying to transcribe everything note by note. So I was kind of having difficulty trying to remember every single note in the songs that I've learned. So I asked him. Also because the night before the guitar clinic, I watched one of his concerts online on YouTube. There's a 2007 concert in Japan, and it was just amazing how he could just play, like, I think it was 18 or 19 songs straight. And he was the lead guitarist, so he had to manage everything. He had to play maybe multiple solos in a single song even. He played the melodies, he played the riffs, everything. So it was just really impressive how he could just know it all and remember it all. So I asked him for advice on how to build a repertoire in order to perform them. And his first response is, well, those are my babies. I mean, if it's your own composition, you're gonna know them so much better than if you're trying to learn someone else's one. If you're babysitting someone else's baby, you wouldn't. I know you could have a lot of love in your heart, but nothing could beat you loving your own baby, right? So he actually used that expression to say that his songs are his babies. He spent so much time trying to compose his own tunes. And in his own words, he could play his own tunes in a coma. That's how well he knows his own songs. So he said that a very important point is whether you actually enjoy the music you're learning. And if you love it or enjoy it, it's easier for you to remember them, to learn it and to remember them. And I mentioned that I absolutely love the music I learn. So he said to put in 5 times more effort. Initially, I was like, okay, so now I'm practice guitar around 4 hours a day, 5 times more effort. That means 20 hours a day of guitar practice. But well, of course, that is taking things too literally. And right now, slightly less than a month on from the guitar clinic, and I know the meaning better of putting 5 times more effort. And I realized in a way it could mean to put 5 times more effort into that song that you're learning. Basically, if you're trying to finish learning the entire song from scratch within 3 days, and then maybe record it the 4th day and then move on to the next thing, it's probably stored in your short-term memory and you're gonna forget it pretty quickly. So to put in 5 times more effort, basically revise it more, 5 times more effort, go through it again, know it that well. Yeah, basically repeat. That's what he said. Repeat, and repeat. So another thing that he mentioned during the clinic that I thought was relevant to this is that so before he came to Kuala Lumpur, he had a session in Japan 2 days ago, and he said he had to spend an entire day working on a 6-second segment of a song. So it's 6 seconds and 3 bars long. He worked on it for a day, literally, just to get it to sound the way he wanted it exactly. So the next day he said he went in and he played it well, and the team was like, wow, you're amazing, you're talented and all that stuff. Then he was telling the audience that, well, you didn't know that I spent an entire day on that 6-second part. So I think this is pretty illustrative of the first takeaway that I've gotten from his clinic. And as for my second key takeaway from his clinic, he actually mentioned that it's all luck on making it as a professional musician or guitarist. And this is in response to a question that I asked him as well. He did mention that he was contemplating going the music route or the professional footballer route. And I knew I had to ask this question because I absolutely love dance. I can't survive without dance at all. It's in my DNA. In fact, I've danced longer than I played guitar. So I wanted to ask him if you needed to put in 100% of your effort into music in order to succeed in music. And his response came from a slightly different perspective. What he said is that it's all luck, luck, luck. He literally said the word luck. Maybe 10 times in a row, he said it's luck, 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 luck. And the example he gave is that you can be the most talented person. Okay, you can be the most talented musician and yet you don't earn a dime. And you can be the most talentless person and still earn a lot of money in the music industry. That's what he said. And I was like, that is true. And I think this is pretty universal that we have seen this happen in the music industry or out of the music industry as well. On the other hand, I thought maybe his answer was slightly too simplistic. I thought maybe apart from your musical talents and luck, there could be other things, for example. Maybe your personality, your connection with the audience, or maybe marketing and many other factors that could come into play. But I get what he means when he said luck. I absolutely understand where he's coming from when he said luck, because I guess he himself could be his success could be partially attributed to luck as well, if that's the way he sees it. As for the third key takeaway from his clinic is to use key changes in composition. So according to him, he uses very simple melodies and he puts them together in different keys. He says he used very simple chords as well, major, minor 7. So he gave an example using his own tune, which is Devil Take Tomorrow. So for the tune, in the intro, it starts off in the key of F sharp major, and then when the band comes in, it moves on to E flat major key. And it is a minor third, 3 semitone. And for those of you who want to hear for yourself how it sounds like, you can search up Marty Friedman Devil Take Tomorrow, and you can hear the key change from the intro and to when the band comes in. As for the fourth key takeaway, Marty said to write and record music that you absolutely love, and then hopefully someone else would love it too. I understand that this is so contrary to the pop music mechanism today and many business models, because business, they do market research and they look at statistics, look at what audience likes to find out what people love best, and then they produce stuff in response to that, in response to what sells best, what is the most popular, what gets the most attention. So I think this point is really important because, let's say, music labels, they are companies, they are businesses, they want to earn money. I mean, your team, if you're an artist signed to a label, they would provide certain input that possibly you as an artist wouldn't like because, hey, I mean, the team comes from a different point of view. Let's say the marketing person would want possibly something that could appeal to more people instead of just maybe a niche, but that might go against your principles as an artist. So as to the last key takeaway, it is to play things on the guitar at your level rather than trying something that is too difficult for you. This is what he said in response to an audience question. A guy was starting out trying to learn guitar, and then he mentioned that he felt that if he was trying to learn more difficult songs, he would feel discouraged and then might even give up guitar altogether. And Marty's response to that is to play songs that are at your level. He did say that if he was picking up guitar and if he tried to play Yes, I think that was the band he mentioned, then he might just give up. And that applies to all of you who might be trying to pick up guitar to not learn anything that is too difficult for you, but learn things that are at your level so that you don't feel discouraged, because everything you learn would actually contribute to your progress as a guitar player. You would just get better and better as you play more and more stuff. So these are the 5 key takeaways, and there's one extra bonus point that I could add, because Marty actually said that he thinks Malaysian music is similar to Okinawan music. Okinawan music, namely the music of the Okinawa islands of Southwestern Japan. An audience member asked him if he could play some Malaysian music-like stuff. I mean, that audience member didn't play guitar, but he kind of sang 5 notes, and then Marty just picked it up immediately and played something out of it, which I think is really impressive. And that's always really inspiring. On the other hand, it's rather interesting that Marty said that he leans more towards Japanese music. He thinks that Japanese music is more melodic or melodious as compared to American vocal pop, that he thinks requires more skill level or emphasizes more on skill rather than melody. So thank you so much for your attention. I would be sharing stuff related to guitar, dance, and modeling. And if there's anything in particular that you might want me to share about, please let me know by commenting. So there's a polyphia guitar workshop that I'm attending. So hopefully I'll be back to share some of my learning points from the workshop that you might find interesting or might help you as well. So I'll see you again. Bye.